And I mentioned this. Another one is this just came out, the Cuban Five. This is probably the most up-to-date piece of literature you can pick up. It's got biographies of the Cuban Five. It explains who they are, why they were framed, and why they should be free. And it's got the wonderful, anyway, my favorite cartoon anyway, it's in the covers. And these are articles from the militant newspaper, which has been covering it from the beginning. But I encourage people to check this out too. It's got a lot of photographs, and it was just released like 2 weeks ago, and it's going to be out in Spanish. These are on sale here. This is only $5, but I recommend these. Yeah, and then of course if you want the story by Alicia Dracco, is the leader of the International Committee for the Freedom of the Cuban Five. There's two organizations, the International Committee for the Freedom of the Cuban Five and also the National Committee to Free the Cuban Five. And The Birdman Prisoner is a wonderful little story of solidarity, birds, and prisoners. So it's about prison. I'll just stop there.
Thanks very much, Frank. And before the discussion, question and answer, I just want to draw to your attention a couple of things. One, the committee in cooperation with local artist Ricardo Levins Morales, whose work is on display here, has helped put together reproductions of some of Gerardo's cartoons, and they're for sale. And we encourage you to get one. It's a great memento, something to remember and to discuss, and help you to discuss the case with others. So I encourage you to get a copy, get one. They're on display right to the behind the Christmas tree. And after the exhibit leaves here, it will be in Minneapolis for a couple more weeks. In northeast Minneapolis, a place called the Casket. The Casket, unfortunately, I don't have any leaflets about the address, but we can let you know. Yeah, people can sign up. Oh, good, there's some there. Sorry, yeah. So please make sure you pick up a leaflet about the second location where the exhibit will be. And as a part of that, there will be two events that I encourage you to attend on Saturday, November the 19th. There will be a party and celebration, which will include films and footage and so on about the Cuban Five, and that will be in Northeast Minneapolis at a studio, an artist studio in Northeast Minneapolis. And then on December the, I think it's a Wednesday, December the 1st, there will be a showing at that gallery of a very, very useful documentary about the history of U.S.-sponsored terrorism against the Cuban Revolution, which will be able to put in context, provide a historical context for understanding the case of the Cuban Five. So
that's all Lando's?
Yes, it's all Lando.
Will the real terrorists please stand?
And that will be shown on December 1st. So please pick up a leaflet. All right, so I think that's all the announcements. So let's open up for discussion. If you can add questions for Frank and comments and so on. And I'll take advantage of being the chair. Just ask Frank to say something about the impact of the international support that the case has won and the impact it's actually had on some of the decisions of the court, especially around the sentencing.
Could you say something about the restrictions of René's release? Supervised. But I know those restrictions are, some of them are say highly unusual and punitive. So maybe like what? Well, isn't it common that individuals have been convicted of felony and have served their complete time are released to do their parole in the country of their origin and deported. And sent back again.
Yeah, after many years of work and effort in Cuba and around the world, I mentioned like the Nobel Peace Pen who had won the Nobel Peace Prize and Mexican Senate and all kinds of individuals. A lot of pressure was brought to bear on the case, and it became clear that the sentences were hard to sustain in world public opinion, so the government at a certain point changed the sentencing of three of the Cuban Five, which I mentioned. And the government attorney actually said in, I don't know what it was, in the hearing, that used the words like the contentiousness around the case, and they felt like they just needed to, you know. And one of the reasons there was so much contentiousness around the case is that this was an espionage, big espionage spy thing that had no classified espionage. They introduced 1,400 pages in the trial. There was not one shred of anything classified. And they believe they took 1,400 pages from like 20,000 pages that they took out of their apartments and everything like that. So it was just like, so that was very heartening for us, because we knew that we were having an impact on the government. It's going to take a much bigger effort to have additional cracks. It's not exactly, it's kind of hard to describe René González getting out of prison as a victory, because he served his entire sentence. But isn't it much better to have one out of prison and puts you in a much better position to fight for justice, freeing the other four comrades? Yeah, in René's case, normally, well, if you look at most paroles, someone's parole, they really emphasize that you should be with your family, you know. So his family's in Cuba, not in the United States. They deported his wife, and that's what we demand and we support. So we can go there. So that's pretty. They want to punish him further. It's clearly another. He came out of prison, by the way, and was, came out with pretty strong statements about fighting for the Cuban Five. And I don't remember the exact. Very strong. When he came out. Maybe others can comment on it. But he has a parole officer. It's there is real concern that he's in Florida. He has restrictions in terms of where he can go and so forth. And correctly so, he's playing a very low profile.